showcasing local talent, professionals, and everyday people making Salt Lake City what it is today. It's time for another episode of the I Am Salt Lake podcast.
Hey everybody, I want to welcome you out to the show today. I want to welcome you to episode 52 of the podcast, I Am Salt Lake. I'm your host, I am Chris Hollifield. This is my show, and I want to thank you and personally welcome you out today. I got a great show lined up. Today's guest is the guys from over at New Truth. Had a chance to sit down with Marcus and Blair, get to know them a little bit better, find out about New Truth. Let me tell you what, the Salt Lake City hip-hop scene, I know I've said it a million times, and if you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, I've said it there as well. The Salt Lake City hip-hop community, the Salt Lake City hip-hop scene is seriously awesome, and I cannot thank you guys enough for your support of the podcast and for what you guys have done to help out with the podcast. Thank you very much. IamSaltLake.com is the website. I have the email on there. Get in touch. Twitter, I Am Salt Lake on Twitter, and I Am Salt Lake on Facebook. Get in touch. I do want to mention the sponsor of this episode is utahmusicians.net. If you are not familiar with the website, I suggest you go on to utahmusicians.net. Get in touch with them. They will play, if you are a local band, they will play your music. Submit your music to them. They will play it 24 hours of local Utah music. You can stream it online, and you can also stream it through your smartphone. So utahmusicians.net, get in touch with them, and they will hook you up if you are in a local band here in Salt Lake City. Also, just a quick update on Falcor. He is doing great. Appreciate everybody in the community that has reached out and shown support for this dog. You know, in a lot of it's a much bigger picture than the fact that it's a dog that needs help. We took him into the vet and accrued quite a bit of vet bills, and to see how Salt Lake City has reached out between the people here and the local businesses, it's amazing. And I think it's much more to do than just a dog and a few vet bills. It goes to show how the Salt Lake community reaches out to their own. They take care of the people in this city, and they help each other out. And that is one of my favorite things about living in this city. So thank you very much, Salt Lake City, for your support and for everything that you have done. There's still a lot going on. If you go to Facebook, fundraiser for Falcor, our good friend Kat put that page together, and you can connect there, connect with her Etsy site. She's got some great stuff for sale that all the sales go towards helping Falcor get better. I do want to mention really quickly, if you remember the interview I did with Salt City Clothing back in episode 16. If you have not had a chance to listen to that episode, just go to iamsaltlake.com/episode 16. That will connect you with the conversation that I had with James Lamb over at Salt City Clothing. Anyways, James hit me up on Facebook, and he mentioned that Salt City Clothing, him and his partner Travis, they're donating a bunch of gear to help raise money for Falcor, but they're also donating $1, actually $2, for every new like that they get this month. If you like them on Facebook and then you message them with the word friending for Falcor, they will give $2 for if you just like them on Facebook. Pretty simple. And then just message them friending for Falcor. And they'll also give a free sticker to anyone who donates on the fundraiser and then messages them with the shipping address. So I'm going to list the Salt City Clothing website on iamsaltlake.com, the show notes for episode 52. And that way you can like them on Facebook, Salt City Clothing on Facebook. That way you can like them, and then they'll, $2 goes towards helping Falcor's vet bills. Anyways, what else is going on? Salt Lake City. Last night I saw an amazing show at In the Venue. There was Gonzo, I Am the Ocean, and Alkaline Trio. It was a free show by Skull Candy. Our friends at Utah Concerts put that on. Check them out, saltlakeCityConcerts.net. We've got a lot of really great shows coming up here in Salt Lake City. Last night's show was nothing short of spectacular. You know, I've seen Alkaline Trio quite a few times, actually, and then last night's show blew me away quite immensely. And if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. So SaltLakeCityConcerts.net. Check out all the shows coming up in town. They got a lot of really cool shows. I think the next one that I'm really excited for is Suicidal Tendencies on the 13th of April. Okay, so that's about it. Our voicemail line is always open. Give me a call. Tell me what you think of the show. If you got any events you want me to promote, if you want to mention them on the show, I'd love to play your voicemails on the show. That way people can know about any shows you got coming up. If you're a local band, I'd love to promote you guys a little bit. Just give me a call, 385-202-5926, and I'd love to play them back on a future episode of the podcast. I also want to mention thank you so much for everybody that has been emailing me with interest in coming on the show. I'm just trying to figure out dates to get you on, and then that way you can get on the show and showcase you a little bit, and that way Salt Lake City can find out a little bit about you. Got a lot of really great episodes coming up, and I don't want you to miss out any of them, so make sure you subscribe on iTunes. And you know what? A good friend of mine, Mike Pilot, if you're familiar with him on the Mediocre Show, obviously Oblivious, as well as Full of Sith, does some really great podcasts. He made a really good tweet that I'm going to kind of paraphrase it a little bit. Pretty much, if you like a podcast, if you're listening to a podcast, one of the number one things that you can do is rate and review them on iTunes. You have no idea how important this is for a podcast to get rated and reviewed on iTunes. It helps with the exposure. It helps get in front of more listeners. So if you do like the I Am Salt Lake podcast, please rate and review us on iTunes. That way we can get exposed to more people. We're also on Stitcher Radio. So if you listen to us through Stitcher, please give us a thumbs up. That helps us out as well. Anyways, I'm going to jump into the conversation that I had now with Marcus and Blair with New Truth. And hopefully you enjoy the show. I play a few tracks from their Into the World mixtape that they produced. I'm going to play a few of those throughout the interview. So hopefully you enjoy that. Get in touch with them. Again, show notes, episode 52 on IamSaltLake.com. Thanks for joining us. This is the conversation that I had with Marcus and Blair with New Truth.
But we got a lot of new stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, and that's great. I mean, let's. Why don't you guys kind of introduce yourself a little bit, and how did you guys meet? Share that story.
Yeah. This is a HQ, half a New Truth.
This is Artisan production.
Yeah. So we basically, you know what I'm saying. I'm married to his sister, actually. So
that's how we met.
That's how we met. You know what I'm saying. Then we just got into all the music and stuff like. I don't know. He's been in bands, previous bands, multiple bands. You know, he's a drummer and all this. And yeah.
So what? What bands have you been in, Blair? Let's talk a little bit about that real quick. Like what you were in. Share what bands. What do you got going on?
For the most part, is mostly just like basement projects. For probably like the first 6 to 7 years, I didn't really come out into the scene too much. But then the past few years, I've done a couple like heavier like metal projects and like a couple progressive instrumental projects, and played a little small stint with Daisy and the Moonshines before they broke up, unfortunately.
So you've played
a little bit of everything.
Excuse me, hold on one second. Sorry.
Look at you. Hey, let me turn mine off too, matter of fact.
I got to turn the cell phone. Turn the cell phone.
I'm glad it was you and not me.
Mine's on too.
Anyway, well, maybe we'll edit that out, or we'll leave it raw.
Leave it raw. They like it raw.
Yeah. Anyway, so Blair, you've played in all different kinds of styles of music. I mean, not just hip hop. I mean, you know,
that's like my new
punk,
thing.
Metal. I mean, what? So you guys, you're related. Blair is
my brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And one night you were just hanging out, or I mean, how did that happen? I mean, tell me. You know, you're just like, hey, what's up? Let's go rap. Or something, you know?
No. You know, not quite like that. Like, I've always like been into hip hop and all that, and like watched it and studied it and things like that. And I've always written, like journals and stuff and poems or rhymes and stuff like that, you know. So just writing and stuff, and you know, he was getting into this whole production thing, and I was like, shit, man, let me.
Now,
why not?
Production in what, like producing, what, like explain that, Blair.
Yeah, I mean, just producing, just making
beats or what?
Making beats, pulling ideas together. I mean, there's a couple other instrumentalists and a couple other musicians I work with every once in a while to get some ideas, and I pretty much will pull their ideas together and put the beat down, and that's just mainly what I focus on is the beat side of things, and do a little keyboard, a little dabble.
So you know, I get the beats and write to them, you know.
Okay, and so so then you kind of did you had some writing and you had the beats and you put it together and you're like, boom, let's do this. Let's go out and play some shows.
No, it ain't happen like that.
A lot of it sprouted based off just his personality. I just recognized a lot of character and just a lot of magnetism with his personality. People like to be around him, and he's just a crazy asshole, basically. To put it basically.
So who writes?
Why, thank you.
Who writes most of the lyrics, or is it kind of a joint group effort?
I write most of them. I write all of them, and then sometimes, you know, on some songs we might collaborate, you know, and pull in ideas and mix the pot up, you know, and roll with it. But for the most part, I just write them. At first, we started off kind of both writing, then we both writing and rapping, and then, you know, he ventured to more the beat making and mixing and all that stuff, and then so it kind of like now we got our own.
And how many, now you guys, I mean, it's been a couple of years, right? New Truth is, or if I remember when we talked before, it's how long ago
we've been together.
How long you been playing? I mean, messing around.
Going at it about a year and a half.
About a year and a half now.
Like actually doing something and not just like preparing and practicing and things like that.
Okay.
There's about a 6-month period where we really trying to find where we wanted to get started at, and once we got going, that was probably about a year and a half ago.
So do you find it easier the fact that you're related? I mean, you know, to get together and practice, or do you guys? I mean, you guys live together or anything? Or no. Basically.
Pretty much, I'm over there every day. My wife doesn't like it, you know what I'm saying? But hey.
But she's pretty supportive.
Oh yeah.
She's pretty supportive.
Oh yeah, she's very supportive.
She's as supportive as can be.
Yeah.
Till things get a little bit more serious on the next level. So I understand that.
We now when you say serious on the next level, as far as like when
making the transition from quitting our job and hopefully providing some type of income from that. That's the goal. Not necessarily to make top dollar, but just to transition and work a little bit less at the day job. And
absolutely. Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Spend a little bit more time doing what we would like to do rather than what somebody else would like us to do for them.
Yeah.
Different mindset.
Now, Marcus, you're not from Utah, right? You're from, remind me again.
Mississippi, baby. 228.
228. So how long have you been in Utah? Then?
I got here 2010. Mm-hmm. So yeah, since 2010, early 2000. No.
And what brought you to Utah?
Oh man, that's a long story, but
that's what we're here to find out about you, buddy.
Oh man,
interesting story.
His sister, you know, he's from here, so
yeah.
And I met her out in California. You know, we were both in the military, and met out there, got married, got out the military. You know, California, not many jobs over there.
Plus, it's expensive as hell to live.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? And then, so we just moved back here. You know.
And where in California were you living?
We were stationed at Travis Air Force Base, so it was in between. It was like Vacaville,
okay,
Fairfield area.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know.
Outside of San Fran.
So northern
California,
which is I grew up in Southern California, which is a whole different world than Northern California. They should have split California right now and have it be
two different states.
Two different states, you know what I mean? But I tell you, I'm not gonna lie, California, there's definitely some attractions to to living in California?
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's where it's happening.
Yeah. So you, Blair,
that's where we're trying to get.
You want to get back? You want to get out to Cali? Huh?
I want to bring that energy to Salt Lake.
Wouldn't it? I mean, it's seriously. I mean, but Salt Lake City and I'm even after saying that, like Salt Lake City is kind of developed.
It is
into this really. I mean, I say even give it another 3 years, and it will be like
crazy.
Everybody will want to live here. You know what
It'll
I mean?
be crazy, man.
And one thing even doing this project, just seeing the energy and what's going on, and I've learned a lot about the local hip hop scene. Talking with some of the people. I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to the interview I did with Nate Synchronize about Mike Masters. Do you guys do any of that stuff with that in the rap battle?
We don't
watch all the events.
Yeah, but we
check them out all the time.
You guys don't.
We have been there and watched them. They're definitely dope.
Yeah,
but you guys very, very entertainment.
You guys,
we don't participate.
It's just not your thing. Or?
No, I'm not a battle rapper at all. I'm not. No, I'm not with the diss lines.
It's a very important piece of what we're doing with the scene, but it's just like it's its own thing, just like breakdancing would be. It's like that's their thing. That's their contribution to the scene, and we go support it and we love it. It's some funny shit. Like atheist kills it every time.
I gotta go check it out. They got an event coming up that I want to go check it out and see what's
hip hop roots.
I can't remember.
Or is it the one at Kilby?
16th March. It's on the 16th of March.
I think that's the one at Kilby.
You win like $1,000 or something. I'm like, shoot, I'm like, man, I could learn something real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like once you throw some money in my face.
I know, right?
And so New Truth. I mean, what is? I mean, we're gonna play some a couple of tracks here, but what would you say most of the lyrics are about? What would you say?
Well, here lately,
do you have a message you're trying to portray or trying to get out?
I mean, we're always speaking from like an honest undertone.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah,
or like a bluntness.
It may come off as sarcasm, but sometimes it's it's not. There's an underlying meaning to.
Like we write everything for a specific reason. Like we don't just write it to write it, and we try and convey that even mostly just how Marcus articulates it when he records, tries to get that emotion to pop through. We definitely want to get that meaning across because we put a lot of meaning into what we write and how we write it and all that.
So who are some artists that you're listening to now like that?
Right now,
that are kind of influencing your
right now who we are listening to?
I mean, do you listen to a lot of hip hop or do you listen to a lot of everything?
Oh yeah. I listen to a lot of hip hop, but I do switch it up from time to time. You know, you got to switch it up. I do have some. You
got to listen to a little Elvis Presley or something, right?
yeah. I got some George Strait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But right now, who are we listening to?
I don't know. I've still just been listening to.
We listen to a wild range from old school. Like yesterday, we were sitting. Last night we were sitting there bumping De La Soul.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And on the way over here, we was listening to Tito Lopez. So
up and coming hip hop.
Yeah.
If you don't know about him, definitely look him up. Tito Lopez. Yeah.
A lot of hip hop. A lot of. I've really been listening to a lot of local stuff lately. I've just been absorbing what's been going on. Not necessarily like studying or anything like that, but
like local hip hop.
The local scene.
Everything.
We went to a show in Provo actually last week, and you know Scott, Atheist. Yeah. They definitely have a scene. I like what they got brewing up there. They got it was a nice environment. Definitely a good scene.
So I've been just trying.
Have you guys performed at all in Provo or no?
No, we're trying to get up there, man. That is the goal.
Is that the goal?
I was jealous when I was up there.
What makes Provo better than Salt Lake?
It's not necessarily better, you know. I'm just
play,
new experience.
Just a different crowd.
Yeah,
just a different crowd. It's amazing how that 40-minute drive, or just go past that point of the mountain.
Yeah,
a whole new world opens up. So I want to play a track here from your guys' Into the World mixtape CD here in just a second. How long ago? When did that come out? When did you guys?
Wow,
when
that
did,
came
when
out
did that
in
get released to the public?
December 22nd
of 2012.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are working on the EP. We'll have to get you some of those tracks, man. You can check those out.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe. Oh well. I mean, do you want to play? We'll play. We'll play some tracks from this if that's cool with you guys. For this recording, and then even down the road on.
We'll definitely be back. Bounce back.
Yeah, man. We'll get you back in the studio here. In my wonderful. But I wanted to, so. Let's actually just to hear. So you got a new EP you're going to be coming out.
Yeah.
How many songs are going to be on that?
It's called Truth Be Told.
Okay.
It's got 5 songs.
5 songs.
5
tracks.
And when is that going to be coming out?
May.
Oh, May.
We're working on the May date.
May 22nd, 23rd, 24th, something right around there, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Just haven't nailed the date down
we'll
yet,
definitely get, kind of as a release of it, you know what I mean? To get it out there and say, hey, what's up? This is out. Let's actually just take a quick break and play a song from the End of the World mixtape. What song do you guys want to play here?
Let me see.
What do you guys want to play? So the listeners can get a taste of where you're at. We'll come back. We'll talk some more. And
Underground Hero track.
Yeah, we play Underground Hero.
Okay, Underground Hero.
Yeah,
and then we'll come back and we'll talk with more of New Truth.
Yeah.
Eyes red as the devil dick, just a little bit, but don't judge a nigga too quick, cause I spit quick and bombing fluid, hurry up, let's get to it, the money, homie, what the hell you think I do it for? Not a facade, boy, I go hard, like Floyd Mayweather, steady stacking my cheddar, my buzz too, sick with it, got the swine flu, had you as I sneeze in the clinic, and not to mention, I'm going against my motherfucking opposition, playing the cards that I've been given, never fold, out of control, only Lord knows where I'm headed, cause I don't, all I know is I got dreams to have a home, on the side of a mountain, no stopping, no slouching until I'm backstage, ready to rock thousand. Won't stop, I promise, until I reach the peak of my prime. Never mind, let New Truth get back on the grind. It's hard to find a dime. Mud in the rough, I'm calling you bluff, eating your lame rappers for lunch. Like your boy used to work at cause feeding you niggas double deckers. My rhymes breaking fools' neck, brother, to catch up. Can't even keep up the pace. This a turtle race, niggas like you is out of shape. I try to conversate, but you niggas wouldn't listen. Decapitated head missing, now the boy is slipping like a bad transmission. And I'm the banana peel, hope I'm hurting your feelings. Cause nigga, me and Honors on, yeah, we finna make a killing. Dropping bombs, blowing up at the same time like napalm. Better get insurance with State Farm. You can't find a better mind, develop rhyme or freestyle. Take a peek now. Your girl got the cotton mouth when I pull it out. She never spit it out. She wanna swallow the kids. I spit out this holiday, spreading my seed around like AKs and drive by with banana clips. Talking sideways with a dip in my lip. Country nigga from the SIP, living the city life where the men have multiple wives and alcohol is overpriced. New Truth arrived and authorized destruction. Can't tell a nigga nothing. Try to tell these motherfuckers I'm coming. Sorry for cussing. About the competition I'm crushing. This verse is for you motherfuckers thinking I'm bluffing. I'm eating these other rappers like Thanksgiving stuffing. It's all fun and games till a nigga start busting. But I'm just stunting on the mic, giving the game resurrection like Christ. Sacrifice everything but my life. About to pull off the ultimate heist. Break bread, homie, give me a slice. Matter of fact, I want the whole loaf. Keep my enemies close, cause I never know when they gonna leave me exposed. I never leave my post. I stay backing them down. They call me back, I'm back in high school, but now I prefer to be referred to as New Truth. HQ.
So the album, or the mixtape Into the World. Was that pretty tough to? You guys produced it yourself, right? Nobody came to you with any funds, no record label, back. Right?
I didn't even get a beat thrown my way. Like we had to just do what we could do. That was just pretty much just like a test, see what we can, what he can get out, what he can write, what we can formulate.
See where we were at, try to get
a few
all
originals.
What kind of reaction we could get from people,
So, kind of shock value we can put out.
See, now what is Bearhead Production? That's your thing, isn't that, Blair?
It's both of ours.
Both of your, is it?
Yeah. Bear's my nickname, Head's his nickname. We just put that together. Pretty simple. Bearhead Productions. That's just what we're trying. That's what we're putting over us as our label, as what we're signed under. Just basically as a protection if anybody else wants to do some type of deal in the future.
But then we're not getting
facilitate
raped.
Through that.
You always hear those horror stories about those artists that get messed over, man.
Taken for everything they got.
Yeah.
So where can people find this? I mean, can you find it online?
Yeah, we got it online at Bandcamp.
Okay.
Call me. I'll bring one to you.
No, seriously, right? Why not? Right? I mean, we'll get on your Facebook, drop you an email, a show. Yeah. Is it on iTunes or no? No, it's
not on iTunes. We're not selling it or anything.
It's all free.
It's all free just to get out there.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Okay. And big, I guess you would say, ups to the hip hop community. One thing I noticed is I find with so many other musicians, it's like all of a sudden they think, oh my gosh, I could play the guitar, I could play the, and they think they're rock stars.
They think they get paid for it automatically.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And one thing I notice about hip hop artists is it's like they just want to get their stuff out there.
Yeah.
They want to get it in front of people. Everybody I've ever talked to, it's like,
hopefully they got a message, hopefully they got something to be passionate about.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think, which I think is, in a way, I think it's, you got to pay your dues a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to be signed right away.
No.
It might come from the culture of coming from having little and not having much. So people will go out and spit freestyles on the street just to go out and do it because that's what they like to do. Yeah. And you don't see that. You see that, you see people like playing guitar on the street every once in a while, but you don't see it as much as with the hip hop community. They're a lot more open about it. It's a lot more of a natural, organic thing to kind of live that lifestyle,
which I think is I think is great. I think it's great. I mean, don't get me wrong. And then you got the big time names, Dr. Dre or something.
Well, he deserves to get.
But again, he's. I mean, how long has he's been performing? He's been doing stuff for.
He's been DJing since like '86.
And I'm sure he gave out plenty of free CDs in the beginning. But. What were some of the challenging things? What were some of the obstacles that you faced when you
finishing just being able to say, okay, this is finished and move on to the next. Like for producing all of it ourselves and mixing it ourselves. So it's really easy to get over meticulous and try and go over all the details, even though we not necessarily don't have those skills yet to maybe refine it like we'd ultimately like. So we had to just kind of give in a little bit.
It was our first one, man. It was like
we didn't have anything out really. We didn't have any releases out.
Nothing.
So people didn't know much about what we were doing, what we were about.
Did you have any music online before you put the CD out?
Yeah, a couple tracks.
Most of them are on that.
That's kind of like on
that mixtape,
an accumulation of everything that since we started making our own tracks. To what we did in between and then to what we did right up until we put that out. It's just kind of the whole collection of the past year.
Yeah.
And just to get everything out, release it, move on to the next project. We already had tons of ideas in mind for the next project, so we were just ready to move on, and we just felt like that was the right way to kind of mentally get past it.
Oh yeah, the Truth Be Told EP is, I would say, a step of a couple steps,
Step up.
a couple steps
We
up.
also
Probably
just
from
put out a promotional video for it as well.
Yeah,
you guys did.
Yeah.
So you just did recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just did ourselves.
And where can people see that at?
YouTube.
Like a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
Just
YouTube video.
It's called B-Boy Remix or B-Boy REM, technically.
Yeah, it's called B-Boy REM. Or, we have postings on it on our Facebook page. Just look us up on New Truth, man, and
should be on our
you
review
can
page.
get all the information if you're local around here, where we're doing shows. You can get the music, the video updates, just stay updated.
So do you guys have a YouTube channel then, or is that the only YouTube?
But that's the only actual video. We have
that's our first.
We have
video.
like a picture video for the track for Underground Hero.
The one you just played.
We have that on YouTube as well, just if people are searching for it. But we really don't have it quite enough on there like we need to be.
Yeah, well, that's kind of,
pretty important.
I need to make a YouTube channel myself.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, just because that's an outlet that I haven't really tapped into, but it seems like there's a lot of people on YouTube.
Like, if I'm looking for something,
if
I'm looking for something specific, I'll go there first and like search it and see what I can find.
Yeah.
So if I was to do that for myself, I probably wouldn't find much except for just one or two videos. Gotta change that.
Yeah.
Gotta start putting that out a little bit more.
So, have you guys played outside of Salt Lake at all, or just
Not
more
yet.
or less in Salt Lake
Not
City?
yet.
We're looking to
Again, back to Provo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking
to set up
get
some
like you said,
shows in
Provo,
Boise.
hit us up.
looking to set up some shows in Boise as well. Maybe like in May.
Yeah,
Right-
I've
right
heard
before we
Boise's
put-
got a great scene
Again,
up
it's
there.
like small, condensed. There's only so many people that
College
are actually like pursuing the hip hop thing up there. So it's really small, but everybody's.
Have you gone up to Boise at all? Like, have you seen? Like,
I haven't
is there-
experienced it yet.
I mean,
live.
are you familiar with any hip hop artists from Boise? Do they got a hip hop scene?
We talk. We have a couple connections. John Wayne, he's
Yeah.
a producer up there that I communicate with. I haven't actually got to meet him yet, but they know everybody down here, and everybody down there knows everybody up there. Basically, it's pretty consistently coming through here, and vice versa. So
Yeah.
they're gonna help us get a few shows set up, as well as like Oso Negro.
Yeah.
Trying to think of who else is up there.
I was just
That's something
curious,
I'm thinking
because
of.
I don't even
Some
know if
pretty
I've
cool
ever been to
stuff, though.
Boise. I'm sure I've driven.
Really?
I'm sure I've driven
It's a
through
cool place.
there.
I love
and
it.
everybody tells me, "Oh, you got to go up there. They got great nightlife and great bar scene."
I'd
and,
love to live there.
and that's what I hear from a lot of people. And I mean, the company I worked for, they opened up a location up that way a couple years back. Oh, you should transfer up there. It's so cool, but. I don't know, it's Idaho, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, when I think of Idaho, I just think of potatoes. It's just like, no, not this in Idaho. Okay, anybody listening from Idaho, if you listen, I apologize.
We love you.
Don't
I
send
got
me.
family in Burley. We got small town family.
Burley, Idaho.
love you.
Represent, right? What's up? So back to the CD. I mean, was there any like tracks or any songs that you were just like, okay, that just sounds like garbage, and you just like, even though it probably didn't. Was it tough to like listen to it? I mean, because I'm critical of stuff I've done, and it's like, gosh, okay, and you just threw it out, even though it's probably a perfectly good song or tune or beat or I don't know what you guys call it.
There's definitely parts that we weren't completely satisfied with, but again, that comes down back to like.
I like the way he words it.
That comes back to the equipment that we have and just. And what we needed to just get that out. I mean, it was the End of the World mixtape. We had to get that out by a certain time, obviously to play onto the name.
End of the world,
Yeah.
Which the end of the world still didn't happen.
It still didn't happen.
One of these times it will happen.
I don't know how I feel about that. If
But
I'm
I mean,
happy,
also
I'm sad.
the title is kind of a play on to the idea that it's more of a mental transition,
or of a giant joke,
like a conscious transition
yeah.
of like a new age, new type of thinking. Hopefully people are starting to change the way they think and maybe think a little bit more outside of themselves. So that's kind of what it plays on, as well as that we're coming to that end of the time, end of the old way of thinking and embracing the new way, the new truth,
Yeah.
basically.
What would you, I mean, you mentioned like equipment. It's interesting, like even with my projects, I'm always like, man, if I had all the money I wanted, I could just do the dopest thing ever. Like, and that's, I think, one of the most frustrating things.
Yeah, but
is that
take away, I think, though, from the overall experience. Just we've enjoyed the struggle. It's been just as much a part of the ride. Just like you, I'm sure you've enjoyed.
Yeah,
it'll just make it that much more sweeter when we get there.
Yeah.
And we had to
appreciate it a little bit more,
Yeah.
I remember growing up, and I didn't have things handed to me. I had to work for my stuff, my clothes and shoes, whatever. And I appreciated it, I think, a little bit more than
take care of it.
Or I had friends 16, 17 getting new cars from their parents.
Oh yeah,
and it's like they didn't care about it,
Wreck it,
and then me, it was like
buy him another one.
I remember my first car. It was like a 1966 Dodge Dart. I paid like $300 for it, boombox in the backseat because I couldn't afford a stereo for it. You know what I mean? And spray painted it and threw stickers on there, and I thought I was cool. But you know, I look at pictures now, and I'm like, wow, cool. I made my mom drive around in it with me. You know, just wave at the people, Mom. Just pretend you're in a parade or something. You know. But so let's play another song. Let's play another track. This is great, by the way. I really want to. For being your first thing, I think it's great. What song you guys want to play here?
He Did It Again.
He Did It Again?
Yeah, He Did It Again.
Is that on there?
No, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that.
Oh, that was actually.
I had to get you
a newer copy. We actually added a couple bonus tracks that are on a download.
Yeah.
What's the last track on?
Well, we could play that. If we want to play, you want to play that song, and then we could play that song, or what?
Roll with it.
I like that. The sound of that.
We can roll with that. It's called the Menace of Marijuana. It's not really about that at all. Like it sounds like you think it would, but it's kind of got a little undertone.
Illegal activities.
Yeah, exactly.
No, hey, you know it's a song.
But life is a menace, and sometimes you need a little bit. So
absolutely. All right. Well, let's
each his own.
Let's play that. We'll play the Menace of Marijuana, and I got some more talking. I got to find out a little bit more about you guys.
Yeah.
We'll be back. So stay tuned.
The sale of marijuana is even more difficult to detect and halt than the traffic in drugs such as opium, morphine, and heroin, and more vicious, more deadly even than these soul-destroying drugs is the menace of marijuana.
I'm up for the night, excited, feeling well rested. This should be a delight. I've been enticed one too many times. The itch so bad, I had to work it into the rhyme. Committing verbal crimes I'll never be charged for. Let me enlarge your point of perception with a simple concept to get it going in a more appropriate direction, so that in retrospect we don't confine ourselves in a room of regret. No disrespect to the neglected that came before me, rejected by society, wishing their mothers had chosen abortion. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. Don't want the message distorted, cause right now it looks like that we're just stuck in a portal. The horrible is faced every day in multiples of ways, not detained to erase, not divine in its pace. It'd be wise to embrace the gift we gave you, otherwise I'll just be stuck in a portal. The horrible is faced every day in multiples of ways, not detained to erase, not divine in its pace. It'd be wise to embrace the gift we gave you, otherwise it'd be a shameful waste if your brain was to remain dull. Get enough on shit that goes.
Wiggle.
You're fucking gullible if you think that shit's fucking dope. The dead don't fucking have a pulse to comprehend my stupid motherfucking insults. Worldview hidden by blind folks. Don't act like you ain't been told. Then your veins popping out like the Incredible Hulk. Oh, green skull consecrated into words that are vibrant and suspenseful. I sincerely hope that you enjoy the rest of the show. Enjoy the rest of the flow. We spit it so cold that when we make it rain, it snow. So when you hear the name New Truth, don't be afraid. Just recognize your role. Reevaluate your soul. Learn to speak in code. Get to higher grounds before the last page unfolds. What would you do when there's nowhere to go that's safe? Will you lose faith? Will you rob, kill, or rape? Stay on the outside of yellow tape. Otherwise, you'll just be stuck in a portal. The horrible is faced every day in multiples of ways, not detained to erase, not divine in its pace. It'd be wise to embrace the gift we gave you, otherwise I'll just be stuck in a portal. The horrible is faced every day in multiples of ways, not detained to erase, not divine in its pace. It'd be wise to embrace the gift we gave you.
The dried leaves and berries are ground up and made into cigarettes by a simple hand machine.
The funniest cigarettes I ever saw.
Looks like we're stuck in a portal. The horrible is faced every day in multiples of ways, not detained to erase, not divine in its pace. It'd be wise to embrace the gift we gave you. Otherwise, I'll just be stuck in a portal. The horrible is faced every day in multiples of ways, not detained to erase, not divine in its pace. It'd be wise to embrace the gift we gave you.
The menace of marijuana.
So if you guys could tour with any group or band,
Jeez.
who would you choose? I ask every band this. Who would you tour with? Who would you love to go on a month tour with and just chill out and hang out with and have fun? It's all hypothetical. I'm not really going to let you tour with them. You know what I mean?
That was part of the deal.
Not to burst your
It was in my
bubble.
contract.
We're not signing contracts here. I mean, if you want to tour with Lawrence Welk, that's fine.
Damn. The Glenn Miller Orchestra. I mean, that would have been pretty cool.
The Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Back in the 30s, that was pretty wild.
Wild times. Wild times.
It'd be like this band called RX Bandits, only because they just seem like
They are a fun band.
Yeah.
RX Bandits.
seem like a good group of guys to be around to learn from about just life in general.
Man, I haven't.
I want to
that.
tour with Rick James.
Rick James.
Well, yeah.
Rick
That'd be a wild time.
Rick James.
I'm talking about in this. I'm talking about Rick James.
I do cocaine, Rick James.
No, hold up.
That's Rick James.
I was like, yeah, I'm sure he was crazy
part
back
of
then. Yeah.
Even like someone like Richard Pryor.
Yeah. I was about to say
going
Richard
like a
Pryor,
comedy.
yeah.
Could you imagine?
Tour.
You know, I think like who was it? There was a comedian I heard somewhere that opened up for like Guns N' Roses. It was Andrew Dice Clay opened up for Guns N' Roses, right? I listened to this interview. I think they should start doing that more.
That's a good idea.
Like get a stand-up comedian to open up for
Basically
more bands.
host the show.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
He's
Just
comfortable with being up there.
Yeah.
Let him
I
do
think
his thing.
I'd like to see more of that happening because I think what happens is you get so many. I know that's how it is for me when I go to a show like a Kilby Court or you know.
It's not an actual show sometimes with the production.
No. It's just you know you go there and it's like all the bands are great, but it's like. You get burned out after a little while, you know, and it's like if they would put a stand-up comedian or something
Switch it up
for like 20 minutes or something like that, just to switch it up, or put a juggler or a guy on a unicycle or something, you know,
doing and juggling at the same time.
Just something in between while they're setting up.
Just
something different.
Yeah, there you go. But that would be cool. Gosh, Richard Pryor, who you guys into stand-up comedy?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
George Carlin's like a father figure. Just taught me so much and taught me to look at life
Bernie
in such
Mac.
a different way.
Bernie Mac.
Bernie
That's what
Mac,
it is.
yeah.
I love Bernie Mac. The Bernie Mac show. I was actually watching. What was that on Netflix? I was watching some Bernie Mac show on Netflix. Oh man.
Yes.
So what? I mean, I'm sure I get burned out of what I'm doing all the time. I mean, so it's like you got to find what motivates you guys. What keeps you wanting to do what you're doing?
My job, definitely, first and foremost. Just not my job specifically, but the fact that I have to like keep showing up at a job every week to basically survive is what keeps me going. Just hoping for something better to come from the work that we put in. That's the main thing, and also just what we see, all the other artists that are coming up in Salt Lake definitely have pushed us to up our game, so we can hopefully push them back and continue to make each other better and elevate the city a little bit. That's the goal. Can't just go by ourselves and expect to just pull everybody up with us. It's got to be together and kind of collaborative in a way, even if it's not directly collaborative. Everybody needs to kind of up their game, and that happens by them putting out amazing releases like Scott's recent release, Thanks for the Burgers. Just like solid release all the way through, and that's just like an eye opener. Like, okay, it's time to get down to business and time to put out some real shit.
Some stuff.
And like same with like Dope Thought and Worth,
the whole like
putting out top level production.
The whole Make Mine, the whole Wasatch Renaissance, just like everybody just.
They kind of just like set the bar for us when we kind of got into it. Like, okay, this is what we got to do.
A little bit of a healthy competition.
Definitely, yeah.
definitely.
You know,
for
and
everybody.
And that's what, I think it's good. I mean, you got to look at it as competition, but yet at the same time, everybody helps everybody. You know what I mean? Like
look at New York. There's not one premier artist that came out of New York. There's like 50.
Yeah.
Because they all basically have helped each other at some point. Not all together, but they're all linked somehow, and they've all been working together and helping each other and promoting for each other, spreading the word for each other.
Well, even talking with you guys, talking with Scott, talking with Nate. I mean, it's like you find out, you introduce me to, new hip hop artists, you introduce me to new people. Every person I bring on as a guest, it's like, I find out about it and somebody else usually to bring on. And so it's like, yeah, there's a bit of a competition, but if it wasn't for one person, then maybe another person wouldn't succeed too.
Definitely, it's not an envious competition at all. And there's just past few months, there's been a couple new guys that have come out onto the scene, just totally kind of surprising everybody. So it's been really cool. Like, just people are finally coming out with what they've been working on for the past few years and kind of showing these secret little projects they have going on, and it's been cool to see all the creativity that's been coming out. This new artist, it's not really new, but I guess he's new to me. His name's Haffy. He's from like the Riverton area.
Yeah.
We played with him a couple times at the Riverton Coffee Shop doing an open mic, and that dude is just a wildcat. He's just all over the place, and
is it just
definitely
like freestyle stuff, or
no, he does some of his actual songs. If he has a
very well written songs.
Video on YouTube called Madness. It's you can
pretty much that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's top level production. I mean, he definitely takes it serious. Half-E, like
Half-E.
Yeah, just 1/2-E. Half-E. His name's Henry.
I'll have to get to know
Super
him.
Cool cat. Yeah, definitely got to get him in here. He's interesting. And him and his wife are involved in some pretty cool things too. Just some positive things for the community.
What do you think the biggest with the music industry? What do you think the biggest problem is? What do you think the biggest thing that makes it the worst? I mean, what do you
people that know a little bit more than the artists that don't know much at all and taking advantage of them?
Like labels or something? You mean
labels, promoters, producers, pretty much anybody who has like any type of skills. They're at some type of advantage to people that just have a pen and a pad, basically. Yeah. And it makes you vulnerable when you're trying to get somewhere and you need to decide if you're going to give in, if the opportunity's there. And sometimes, or most of the time, it's usually your interests aren't in their best interest. And
I think it's a scary thing. Pretty easy though now for somebody to be successful on their own with the internet.
It's
Facebook and
easy. It's not easy.
Well, yeah.
It's another. It's another hook in the water. It's another, something to get people's attention, to get noticed, for people to find you. But it's not like the answer at all necessarily. It's just a new tool to promote.
It's definitely
to talk to people that you wouldn't normally get to talk to and things like that. But that's another problem, though, is it's such a useful tool that people have obviously relied on it a little bit too heavily over the past decade or so.
That's kind of social media, Facebook, stuff like that.
Just too much of everything.
What happened to
the
face-to-face, man? The handshaking, the eye contact.
I get in kind of friendly arguments with a friend of mine when we hang out. He's not big into text messaging and stuff like that, and he he agrees with that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you don't call people on the phone anymore. You text them, or it's like, even anymore, it's like you don't. You just read their status updates on Facebook. And it's like, well, shoot, I don't have a reason to call you. I already know everything that's going on about you. You know what I mean?
That's definitely something I try to get back into, though, just calling people and stuff. I feel like it's just made the relationship
it's
a little
weird,
bit tighter.
It's weird, though. I think so, to call somebody on a phone. Like,
Really?
I don't know.
It got kind of weird for a while.
I don't know, man. It's just so much easier for me just to send a text message. You know what I mean? Like,
Depends on what you need, I guess.
I guess. So
how important it is.
what are some of your favorite? I mean, living in Salt Lake City. I mean, you've been here a while, Marcus, and then obviously Blair. I mean, what are some of your favorite things about living in Salt Lake? What like I mean, you got any like favorite restaurants or
like,
favorite
you know? I like the scenery, man. I love the scenery.
I definitely love getting out up into the mountains, going hiking.
Yeah,
I can't wait for the spring, summer rolling around here.
This is the magical time of the year.
Yeah,
it's so nice. You know what I mean?
I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt earlier today, walking around. It was a little bit chilly, but
wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. My first time I've been able to see my yard in a couple of months, man. Like since Christmas, a little bit before Christmas. Yeah, we had the big snow, and then. But
I'm ready for winter. What are some when you're not playing music? I mean, I mean, what do you guys hike or what? You mentioned like the outdoors or what?
Well, when I'm not playing music, that's kind of all we do.
We're slaving to the man. Try and get out. Try and see some new things. There's still a lot to see in Salt Lake that I haven't even seen, even though I've been here my entire life. A lot to see for such a. And it's not small, but it's not the biggest city either. It's a pretty small place. Yeah. Still a lot to get around to, though.
Do you have any like favorite little like places that you think are kind of tucked away that you feel? Like what are some of your
like restaurants?
I don't know, man. I'm always curious to
know
love
going to Memory Grove.
Like little
peaceful place.
hidden gems, hidden gems in Salt Lake.
Well, if I tell you, it's not going to be a hidden gem anymore. It's my.
Then your spot's ruined. Now everybody listening is going to go hang out in Memory Grove, and
if they can find it.
They can find it. But I mean, where you got any like little favorite spots in Salt Lake?
Favorite spots, of course. I mean, little favorite spots, of course, like the pie. Of course, like wing nuts.
Any of them.
Yeah.
Just like even some of the venues like Kilby. It's kind of weird at first at Kilby just because it was weird making that transition from going there as a watcher and a listener and a fan to actually performing. So I had just a weird transition the first couple shows, but now it's like one of my favorite places to play. I've been getting more tight with the crew there and the sound man. Got a new sound system in there at Kilby, so that's definitely been a favorite place to spend as far as with the music stuff.
The Salt House is up and coming. The Pickle Factory is having a big opening. Are they opening on 420?
Yeah, it's like their first show.
The big
That's
show
an outside
at the
venue, so
Factory.
it's their first show of the season.
Yeah. They're gonna have big artists like Talib, Kweli is gonna be there. Four is gonna be there. Clear Soul Force is gonna be there.
A bunch of dope local artists as well.
Are you guys performing that show?
No. We're not performing that show.
We don't have a set, no. But we'll be there.
You'll be there.
We'll definitely be there.
What do you guys got coming up? You guys got any shows coming up that you want to mention? So people listening.
Man, we got a show coming up for St. Patty's Day.
Okay,
come get drunk with us
on the 17th. It's on a Sunday. So
on a Sunday. So
I guess it's gonna depend on how important Monday is to you.
Yeah,
that's going on. We got that with Grizzly Beats.
That's at the Metro.
Couple other new artists we haven't actually met yet, or that's the first time hearing of them. I'm not exactly sure what their other two names were, but Grizzly Beats called us up and asked us if we want to get on a show. So St. Patty's Day, gotta do a show then. Also, when is Hip Hop Roots? Is out on the 23rd of March.
23rd of March.
That's like a monthly thing that goes on. It's kind of like they have like some painting going on out back, and they'll have like open mic, and they'll have people freestyling, and they'll have a few set performances, and they'll have someone usually coming through on tour from out of state that they'll put on as the main event.
And where's that at?
That's at multiple different venues.
It's going to be at the Salt House, I believe.
The one on the 23rd is at the Salt House.
Which is just right around the corner from Kilby.
Don't they have a Facebook page, right?
Yeah.
Or something to find out about.
Oh, yeah.
Like people listening, like let's say they're listening way,
that's where all the new
in 2 months
going.
down the road. I mean, how can people find out about that stuff? Besides, I mean, hooking up with you guys on Facebook, is there like a website or a Facebook page?
Unfortunately, there's not. I wish there was a little bit more structure.
Everybody's just Facebooking it now,
We're just a bunch of Facebook.
They just
it just
create
basically
a Facebook page.
It's going to come down to somebody wanting to take take that measure into their own hands and put
Because
that, put something
I
like
can
that
only
together.
do so much.
Yeah,
exactly. I would
exactly.
love
You
to
only
do
have so
something
much
like that.
time.
Yeah.
So I would love if someone did something like that. Shout out to anybody who wants to put something like that together.
Wouldn't it be great? Like
a schedule,
there
show
used
schedule.
to be there used to be a main website that had like message boards. And,
There was one like UtahBands.com.
Yeah,
but it just never kind of like fell away.
Yeah, because I mean, you got the websites to find out about where the big concerts are and stuff like that, but there needs to be like just a community page, not so much of even just what bands are playing, but just something like even if somebody's like looking for a band member, hey, I'm trying to start a band, or hey, I'm looking for a roommate, or hey, I'm looking, just kind of a community page.
Like Craigslist,
yeah,
but not creepy.
An indie Craigslist, and oh man, I got some funny Craigslist stories. I'll tell you what. That site there was, yeah. Wow, I won't. That's a whole nother episode. But
it's probably inappropriate.
no, yeah. Well, so, anyways, just to kind of we'll play another song here, and just to kind of wrap it up a little bit. You guys got the End of the World mixtape. CD out now. If you're interested, you hook up with you guys on Facebook, and I'll put the links on.
You can go on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp dot New Truth or what?
newtruth801.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
It's on our SoundCloud, which is Bearhead New Truth.
Okay, and you could just boom stream the whole album right there.
Yeah, or download it.
Download it right there.
Yep.
There you go.
And
$3.99.
Then we have the video out for B-Boy Remix that we put out. That's kind of a promotional for the EP. We actually sampled a song from the EP and made basically a promo track out of the sample. And he just wrote some new stuff to it. It's kind of a deep tell-all, get to know him if you want to get to know the man HQ over here.
The man behind the microphone.
So we got that video, and then we have the EP coming out sometime in the end of March, or sorry, end of May.
End of May. Yeah, and we'll get you. We'll definitely hook up, and then we'll get some tracks played from that. And
we also have some homies that we are on the same label with Make Mine. They also have releases coming out, like Negrodamus. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
No,
he's in the battle scene a little bit as well, and he's a freestyler and very creative young gentleman. He has his first album coming out in August, and he's been rolling with us.
You got Morris Bars.
Morris Bars has an album.
Bars, I like that.
He's a cool ass dude. He's a sweet
nice,
voice.
Deep lyricist. Yeah.
He comes out the album, I believe, the 1st of June, and then there's like 3 other albums coming out, all with the same
summertime.
group.
Gearing up for the summer.
That's
the summer
like
run.
each month we got a new thing coming out.
I really think the summer 2013 is going to be a pretty epic summer.
Yeah.
I hope
so. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. I got a lot of plans. I got a lot of what I would like to do.
A lot of barbecue and a lot of beer drinking. You know what I mean?
That too, yeah.
But
definitely.
Well, excellent. Anything else you guys want to add in, or no, seriously, and again, if you're listening, connect with these guys. I mean,
yeah, we'll talk to you, man. We ain't like, we ain't gonna respond to your Facebook posts or Twitters or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you say something that pisses us off, you'll probably get a rise out of us. But, definitely go on our Facebook page, like the Facebook page, follow us on Twitter at New Truth __.
Check out some of the other artists.
Check out the video.
With.
Yeah, we always posting other artists, local artists up on the page,
That's like I said, that's our community at this point. That's our community
Everybody's
page.
supporting each other.
So we just try and spread the word on what we support.
That's what I'm trying to do here, man. Is just build
we appreciate you getting us in
community a little bit tighter, and realize that it doesn't matter if you're in this group or this group or this group.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day,
we all trying to do the same thing.
We all try to do the same thing. You know what I mean? It's.
No, we appreciate you getting us up in here.
Oh yeah,
getting us up in here. Dog.
I wish I could.
You gotta did a little upgrade. You got a nice little comfortable spot. Where's your dog at?
The dog is with his mother at the shop today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's the Falcor. He's it's funny, that dog gets more love and attention than
of course. Come on,
be the mascot.
Come on now.
So what song do you guys want to go out in? What song to just tear it up and just?
I think Hot Shoe's a fitting song. That's why we put it at the end of the album. It's kind of the end all. It's really epic. It's got some horns. It's got a nice tight hook. That's one of the first songs that we wrote and composed ourselves. So it's kind of a special one to us. And then Underground Heroes, that first one that played, that's just Marcus. He wrote that beat by himself. He wrote the lyrics. That's pretty much all him. The second track, Menace of Marijuana, that's pretty much all me. I wrote the entire track. I wrote the hook, wrote all the lyrics, performed it. So kind of give everybody a little flavor of what we came from, and not even necessarily have an idea of what's coming up next, because it's pretty different.
Yeah.
It's a lot different.
What we got
a lot darker.
working on now is mind blowing, man. Mind blowing.
It's gonna blow us out of the
At least to me, I've been blowing my own.
To us,
and I got pretty high standards. I like to say so. Pretty stoked, and along with what else is coming out with Salt Lake, it's just Scott Atheist. He's got a new album that he's working on as well. It's just kind of I don't even know. I don't even really pay attention to like mainstream commercial music anymore because I don't have time to. We have way too much going on in Salt Lake to even pay attention to that. And hopefully, not that we're like trying to manipulate people's minds, but for the sake of the community, hopefully we're bringing people's attention more to inward to keeping the funds here and not necessarily giving them to us or other musicians, but going to local shops and buying online at local vendors and things like that. Just supporting, doing what you can.
Absolutely, and that's how this project was born. Is
it's a little bit of effort.
It's interesting actually. We'll touch on this and then we'll play a song. But people are so into shopping local, but then they don't find out the local musicians. They'll shop local, but then not that there's anything wrong. Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with some of the big musicians. Dave Matthews. Well, no, I'm just kidding about Dave Matthews. I was trying to
Stained,
Stained.
Nickelback.
No, but you know what I mean. Like we listen to but we don't like go out to a local show. If you're bored on a Friday or Saturday night, especially, I say go down to even if it's not you guys. Go out, spend $5-10 at, I don't even know.
Sometimes they're even free or $3.
Yeah, I mean,
free,
go
4,
discover
5.
a local band. There's so much more to supporting the local economy.
Go get involved.
And then go out and, spend it, even if you just spend $1 buying one of their stickers or something like that. I mean, that goes so far.
And just go try and create some more memorable experiences other than what you're watching on TV and what your favorite TV show is, and go out and experience something.
How I Met Your Mother, though. That's important to know who the mother is.
It is. I understand. I just got through 6 long, confusing seasons of Lost, and I'm glad that I have my life back. But that's what I'm saying is that there's so much more I could have been experiencing that would have been so much more meaningful. And there's a lot going on in Salt Lake that I miss out on so much stuff, even when I'm trying.
You can't, because we can't be
every
everywhere.
night. There's multiple things going on that we'd love to either be involved.
I think there's a show tonight at Kilby, isn't it? MERS or
See, I mean, Kilby Court. I mean, people
always something.
Yeah,
always something going on.
Yeah,
as well as with now at the Salt House, they're just as consistent, like 3-4 shows a week at least.
Yeah,
you got the Metro. You got
Five Monkeys, all the bars.
I haven't been to
Bird's Tiki Lounge.
I haven't been to Five Monkeys yet.
It's interesting.
I
mean, it's a Salt Lake bar. There's always something interesting. Yeah, Liquid Joe's is a cool place.
They're not too far from me here.
Oh, yeah. See, you can go get drunk, walk home. Don't even have to call a cab. It's nice weather outside.
Yeah. That is the nice thing about summer is you can stumble home and get home. Anyways, True, thank you. We're going to close out Hot Chew. I'm
so sick with the swine flu.
So sick with
these on the mic, homie,
thank
like Hot Chew.
You guys
thank you very much.
You guys are awesome, and we'll definitely, in a couple months, we'll get you back on here with your new tracks.
Cool.
Definitely.
We got plenty of other new faces to bring in for you.
Oh, yeah,
I just pretty much anxious to meet you because they're just so stoked about what you do and what you're providing for everybody here. We appreciate it.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Check y'all later.
Yeah. Sick with it like the swine flu. Sneeze on the mic, nigga, like hot chew. Yeah. Sick with it like the swine flu. Sneeze on the mic, nigga, like
fucking hot chew. And I'm motherfucking bless you. Truth will be available soon, so check your mental psyche, cause the truth is gonna test you. Not to impress you, metaphorically molest you. I was created as a test tube experiment. The code in my genes would have you think I was heaven sent. Like Christ, we resurrect the dead. Like the resurrected said, we save the mentally infected, infested by influenza. New truth in town until the weekend. My weak friend, this is the new trend. I hope you're offended. I must be quickly apprehended, cause we're doing this shit independent. Not looking to pay rent when we already own the establishment. I meant to say I'll stab you, then repent to send. Well, I'll leave you tormented, ripped apart by a lyrically intended murder. Fucking run away and hide before the trial. Revert to my compiled escape route. May be hunted down, may never be found. Never back in this town. Gotta get the fuck about this city. Life is a bitch, sucked all the milk out of a titty. Tic-tac-toe, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Grab a rapper by his flow, choke him out, Shang Tsung his soul. Smoke's filling up in my lungs, and his legacy's been disposed. That's how a story goes, just like a lady blows. I like to start off slow, and when I bend that bow, get break, I'll never know how. I already died once, came back like I'm the golden child.
Damn, sick with it like the swine flu. Sneeze on the mic, nigga, like hot chew. Yeah, I'm sick with it like the swine flu. Sneeze on the mic, nigga, like hot chew. I'm so sick with the swine flu. I sneeze on the mic, nigga, like hot chew. I'm so sick with the swine flu. I sneeze on the mic, nigga, like.
Let me handle my business. Can a nigga get a witness representing? I've been in it for a minute, about a year now. So nigga, what the fuck you been bout? You better chill out. We got them things and they still out. I got that liquid shit coming out of my asshole. It's the bullfrog and you niggas is tadpoles. And like Dexter, Hannibal Lecter, ready to face the neck of anyone who don't show mutual respect, bruh. Enemy number one, so get your gun. Like Osama, better tell your mama that I'm coming with the drama like a soap opera, breaking niggas off proper, leaving your bitches breathing like Reverend Trotter preaching on the pulpit. Fuck a bullet, I'm spitting the full clip. These niggas acting, but they don't even follow the script. A dialect, my concept is timeless. I've been coaching the game like Paul Silas. Pulling players off my beats to get a win, but then again, HQ and New Truth ain't the one to go against. You shouldn't even pretend that you get a win. I'm unconvinced that you can even beat me in your dreams, bitch. Slamming it down like Amari Stoudemire. No one can get you higher. I'm the New True Messiah. Dropped out of school cause of recess, only playing in vagina. That's spicy like jambalaya, cause I be spitting that fire.
Sick with it like the swine flu. Sneeze on the mic, nigga, like hot chew. I'm so sick with the swine flu. I sneeze on the mic, nigga, like hot chew. On the zone, so sick with the swine flu. He sneeze on the mic too, nigga, hot chew. Yeah, we so sick with the swine flu. We sneeze on the mic, nigga, like hot chew.
I'm the sickest of them all. You can hear me cough, killing these motherfuckers, neutral, we breaking them off. Guardian of the game, you remember the name. Been repping the game, I put it on for my city. I'm sucking the devil's titty and praying he don't come get me. Capacity to the ceiling, I'm pushing it to the limit. Confident, accomplished, no argument. Most unknown with the most talent. Unbalanced, I'm a challenge, yes sir. The streets ass and HQ be the answer. With AutoZone on the track, slam you motherfucking monkeys on your back. Yeah,
we so sick with the swine flu. On the mic, nigga, like hot chew.
tryna tell them niggas, we coming, we switching gears this year.
On the mic,
Into 2012, I'm rolling into 2013. Mississippi to Salt Lake City, nigga.
Him too, nigga, he's sick too. He sneeze on the mic, nigga, hot chew.
New Truth HQ. Follow us on Twitter, nigga. Look us up on Facebook, like us on Facebook. Follow me.
Add New Truth underscore niggas hot chew. We got the swine.
Add New Truth, nigga.
Nigga hot chew.
Salt Lake City to Mississippi. Mississippi to Salt Lake City. Round and round we go, nigga. Follow me. Follow me.
Hi, this is the Mike Pilot from The Mediocre Show in Full of Sith, and I'm here today to talk to you about one of my other shows, Obviously Oblivious. Obviously Oblivious is a comedy talk podcast, but we also heavily feature great interviews with talented people from all over the world. What can I tell you about the show to get you to listen? I can tell you that we work really hard, we have good sound quality, and we really love what we do. So if you're looking for another podcast to put onto your player to listen to while you're going for a jog, driving to work, or just running on the treadmill, where you just have nothing else to do and you want to sit around and listen to something, then give Obviously Oblivious a chance. Obviously Oblivious. We're on iTunes, obviously.oblivious.com, Facebook, Twitter. We're all those places. Come find us. Come hang out with us. And join the thousands that love us already. And hopefully you'll find something here that you'll like.